Well, these pieces are called sketches, Cody, and this is bronze, right? A patinaed bronze. The backs are steel frames, basically, but they're sketches. They're sketches for maybe a larger work or different ideas, that you just want to see how that motion is going to play out, like the football player or the golfer. You want to see how that motion is going to play out. And I think I remember I told you earlier, this was kind of my ode to, baseball players, and Hank Aaron, right? His number was 44, and so it's just ideas. But if you want to show somebody how it's made, because basically it starts a flat plate, and then I draw on it, and then we cut it out, and then I hammer it after, and then weld it back together and grind it. So if you like were to show somebody, you see that? The back of it, how it's welded together, and how it's gives people an idea of how it's made, right? Which is
right. So this would be all cut out and then welded onto
all cut out, hammered, and then welded back together.
And then you grind it to get this finished.
Right, grind it, and it's looking at the back of that, you can see how rough it is after it's welded, right? I mean, so there's a lot of work that has to be done, right, to reshape it. This is significantly different than the pieces we just looked at, Cody, because this is stainless and bronze, so you can see the two different metals, right? And I use that basically for highlighting texture and color, right? And but this is the pure color of bronze. This is pure bronze.
When you're designing a piece, do you imagine these shadow elements, or is that just kind of a...
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little hard to predict because everybody has different lighting, but that's why I try and have a distance out from the wall to give it so you can see see the dimension of it. I come from a musical family. My sister and mom played the piano, and I was supposed to, but didn't.
So what inspired you for this more like whimsical contemporary style rather than a traditional?
It's just kind of the way I work, right? Trying to create some motion out of those shapes.
Tell me a little bit about this series.
This is again inspired by the Hubble Space Telescope imagery. This is a black hole. This is called Sagittarius A, which is the black hole of our galaxy. Again, this is stainless and bronze. This is a mostly stainless piece, as you can see the difference in coloration on that. So it's again pure metal. That's the pure color of the metal I've just found.
And this piece is actually two separate. So could it be hung in a different way to create a different composition?
It could. I wouldn't, but but somebody could, right? So. Called the dancer, kind of experiment with shape and line, and all these pieces are fabricated, and it's a really incredibly time-consuming process because each one of these has to be built, right, and then put together. If you look at the Cat's Eye Nebula, right, I think you can really make that identification. There's a lot of people that come in and actually do kind of recognize it. Yeah, oh, that's a cat's eye. So yeah.
And this is also a separate piece.
Yeah, it is, but mounted separately. I've kind of started doing that because then you can get a real separation of how things are composition. Yeah, and you get a lot of overlapping.